All right, so I'm going to continue with this exercise because I failed to mention something very important. For
Yeah.
question 4 and 5, we can see that our adjective clauses are non-essential because they come inside our inserter commas. Right? So same thing with number 5, comes inside the inserted commas, so non-essential. So 1, 2, and 3, they are essential, which is why there are no commas. Now, for non-essential adjective clause, we do the same thing. We first take out the subject, and then we change the verb to participle. So have is active voice, so we change it to having. However, for non-essential adjective clause turned into a participle phrase, so for a non-essential participle phrase, we can choose to place it after the antecedent, which is robots, or we can move the whole participle phrase to the beginning of the sentence. So the sentence could also be written as having the ability to withstand extreme temperatures and radiation levels, comma, robots can perform jobs that are too dangerous for humans. And that is why I want to remind you guys something very important. Whenever you are doing the SAT test, you see a comma, and then afterwards you see underline. They are actually testing you on something called dangling modifier. So what is a dangling modifier? It means that whenever we have a comma, the first thing we should do is check to see if I have a phrase or a clause before the comma. In this case, we have participle phrase. And a participle phrase is a modifier. So it always needs to modify the subject after the comma. So in this case, it's modifying robots. All right. But you can only move the position of your participle phrase when it is non-essential. When it is essential, like in 1, 2, and 3, your participle phrase has to stay where it is, which is after the antecedent. Okay, so let's do the same thing for number 5, right? After you cross out which is the subject, hey, your verb is do need. Remember, not is not a verb. It is an adverb function. But do need is active voice. So your participle would be needing, but you have to make it negative as well. So the negative form of our participle would be not needing. So the sentence becomes robots, comma, not needing to sleep, eat, or take breaks, comma, can work nonstop. And since it is non-essential, I can choose to move it to the beginning of the sentence, not needing to eat, sleep, or take breaks, comma, robots can work nonstop. And that is your sentence. Okay, and that's it for this exercise.